In the quiet town of Valle Hermosa, nestled in the Mexican highlands, a young anthropology student named Elena returns home from university during her summer break. Curious about local legends, she plans to document regional folklore for her thesis. Her grandmother, Dona Carmen, warns her not to dig too deeply into the story of La Llorona, a spirit said to roam the rivers at night, crying for her drowned children. Elena, skeptical and academically driven, dismisses the warnings as superstition. She's drawn to the tale's eerie tone and unresolved history. One night, she discovers an old, dust-covered journal in her grandfather's shed, filled with notes about disappearances near the river over decades, many marked with the same date. August 3rd. That date is just a few days away. Elena begins interviewing villagers who recall hearing the cries of a woman late at night. Each account is similar. The sound of sobbing near water. Sightings of a woman in white. A few elders grow visibly disturbed at the mention of La Llorona, refusing to speak further. One even blesses Elena with holy water. Still, Elena presses on, visiting the riverbanks after dusk to record audio. On her third night, she hears distant weeping and sees a fleeting white figure between the trees. The sound seems to echo inside her head rather than through the air. When she reviews her recordings, there is nothing but static and a faint, unintelligible whisper. Her sleep becomes erratic, plagued by dreams of drowning, screams, and a woman reaching toward her with clawed hands. Elena uncovers a deeper layer to the legend. According to her great-grandmother's writings, the woman behind the story was named Ximena, who drowned her children centuries ago out of desperation. After being abandoned by a Spanish soldier, the tale says her soul was cursed to wander the earth, unable to pass on, forever searching for her lost children. But a fragment of the journal suggests something darker, that she doesn't just cry for her children, but seeks The children who disappeared near the river weren't accidents, they were taken. The cursed date, August 3rd, marks the anniversary of the drowning. Elena starts to suspect that La Llorona appears every year on this date to lure someone back into the water. The more she reads, the more the name Ximena repeats itself in her head, almost like a whisper. 2 days before August 3rd, Elena's young cousin Diego vanishes from the backyard while playing near the trees. The family panics. Search parties are formed, combing the woods and the riverside, but no trace is found. Elena realizes that this is not a coincidence. It matches the pattern from her grandfather's journal. She confronts her grandmother, who finally admits that their family has a deeper connection to the legend. Elena is a descendant of Ximena, and every few generations, one of her bloodline must offer a child to the river. It is the price for Ximena's eternal curse. That's why her family stayed in Valle Hermosa always, to watch and keep track of the date. Elena, horrified, refuses to accept this and swears to break the curse. On the night of August 3rd, Elena returns alone to the river where Diego was last seen, carrying with her a rosary, a candle, and the journal. The weeping begins before she even reaches the water. A heavy fog rolls in, unnatural and dense. Suddenly, the air grows freezing cold. Across the river, a tall, thin woman in a soaked white dress appears. Her face is hidden behind wet black hair, and her cries are so loud Elena's ears ring. "Donde están mis hijos?" the figure wails. Elena steps forward, clutching the rosary, and screams that she knows who La Llorona is. She demands that Diego be returned. The spirit stops crying and turns slowly toward Elena, revealing a face that shifts between beauty and decay. A whisper enters Elena's mind. Blood calls to blood. Elena falls to her knees as her vision fills with water and flames. She's suddenly underwater in her dream again, but this time, she isn't alone. Around her are ghostly children, their eyes wide with sorrow. In the center is Ximena, holding a drowned child in each arm. Elena realizes she must offer something of equal value to end the curse, remembering the journal's final entry. She seeks her own reflection. Elena tears a strand of her hair and mixes it with the candle's flame, reciting an improvised plea in both Spanish and Nahuatl. The candle flares and then snuffs out. The crying stops. For a moment, there is silence. When Elena opens her eyes, the fog is gone. The river is calm. In the distance, she sees a small figure staggering out from the trees. It's Diego, dazed, but alive. He doesn't remember anything except a lady singing. Elena runs to him, hugging him tight, tears pouring down her face. She looks around. Llorona is gone. The air feels warmer, the oppressive weight lifted. But as she turns back to the water, she sees her own reflection. She moves strangely, showing not her face, but a woman's face beneath the The moment passes. The river is still. Back at home, Elena tells her family everything. Her grandmother listens in silence, then nods, confirming that no one has ever returned once taken. Diego seems fine, though more withdrawn than before. Over the next few days, the village returns to normal. People still talk about the boy's mysterious return, but no one questions too deeply. Elena keeps a journal in her room, but locks it away in a wooden box. The date, August 3rd, remains burned in her mind, and so does the face in the water. Months later, Elena returns to university and tries to focus on her thesis, but her nights are filled with whispers and ripples in her dreams. Sometimes, while passing reflective surfaces, she sees glimpses of a white figure behind her. The legend of La Llorona isn't just a story to her anymore. It as part of her blood, her legacy. The more she tries to move on, the more she feels the pull of the river. One day, she finds a single wet footprint by her bed. No one else is home. On the following August 3rd, Elena vanishes. No signs of struggle. Her room is untouched, except for the journal, now open to a new, blank page with one wet handprint on it. The town mourns, but Donna Carmen says nothing. She simply walks to the river that night and listens. In the silence, there are no cries, only soft singing, echoing over the water, and under the surface, if you look long enough, you might see a woman in white, holding the hand of another. Write in the comments section if you have any story requests, criticisms and suggestions. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you and see you soon.